Good morning.
What's so good about it? It is too dang early.
Well, it's actually 7 o'clock, but we did get up at 10 till 6, or I did. I got up at 5:50, and I am not an early bird, I can tell you that much. Getting up early is not my shtick, but I like my rest. John usually is the earlier one, but he actually slowed us down a little bit this morning because he didn't want to get out of bed. Anyway, I was ready to go, which is unlike me completely. But since we started this reselling journey again, I'm doing a little better as far as getting up and moving in the mornings, and it's actually been beneficial to my health to do that, except I'm just so wiped out during the day. Something you guys don't know about me, I have rheumatoid arthritis. It's an autoimmune disease, and I just don't function like the normal person. So talking about that a little bit to say that if we can do this, anybody can do this. I've had periods of time where I didn't function well at all, but I will say that I was in a car accident back in September of last year, and I already had some back things kind of going on, but I hurt my back and the right side of my body, and my orthopedic decided that ablation would be a good option for me. So I had that ablation surgery on my neck and my lower back, and because of that, I'm functioning much better for the time being. But my understanding is that this only lasts for 6 months to a year before I either have to opt to do it again, have that surgery, or just deal with my life the way it is. I am basically disabled. I don't draw disability at this time, but I'm basically a disabled person. So if
Goals,
yeah, no, not goals. So what I'm saying,
get that handicap sticker to put on the car.
we don't want that. We want to function the best we can, and I would really prefer to work over drawing disability if possible, until I can't anymore. But
You can't live on disability.
No, the great thing about reselling is that just about anybody can do it. I'm not saying everyone can. I mean, life would be a lot more difficult if I were in a wheelchair, which is where I'll probably end up someday. But I can at least sit at home in my bed and list.
Well, I'd say about 99.9% of people can do it, but I would say only 30% can actually make a living out of doing this, because it's hard work and people will quit. It's a lot like YouTube. You know, a lot of folks quit because they just don't see the views or the subscribers or whatever the case is.
Right.
And so our drive is to just push past all of that. You know, live in the moment, do what we can, be productive, you know, just be a blessing to others at the same time.
Right.
And just do that, you know.
And in truth, I think we enjoy being our own bosses.
Yes.
And doing what we want to do, how we want to do it, and controlling it our way. So we have control over how much money we make. It really all depends on how hard we're willing to work. So when you consider reselling, you've got to think about, number one, do you have the time? I don't care what anybody says. It takes money to make money. You have to have money to get started to some degree. Now, there are things that you can do to get yourself started that are free. Just like we've shown you in another video, you know, you can find things on the side of the road to start your reselling business.
Yeah, the barrier to entry into this business is incredibly low.
It is.
I mean, there's a lot of folks out there that can turn $1 into $10, $10 into $30, $30 into $100, and so forth and so on.
Right. And a lot of times we'll find an item that is just unbelievable if you've got a keen eye for what's hot. And another thing about reselling, I think that's that's really something you need to consider is just how much information your brain can hold. Some people have a huge capacity and some people do not. You know, if you've got a lot going on in your life, and there's a lot of truth to this, your brain's just not able to hold as much information. And when you're a reseller, you have to know a lot in order to actually make money. You have to understand brands, you have to understand what's hot, the trends, and I'm not completely on top of that right now.
No,
I'm still working on it. There's so much to know.
But the thing is, being in reselling, if you have the ambition and the desire, you will learn.
Yeah.
I mean, you will learn. I mean, once you start investigating, okay, this whatever item it is that you're trying to list, you're going to find out everything about it because you want to position it in the best way to sell it. You're going to take better pictures. Things are going to start. You're going to start paying more attention to those little details.
Right.
And then you're going to, you know, like on eBay anyway, you can see what's been sold, what's been completed items, and look at the sell-through rate. On the other platforms, it's a bit harder to do. And so you start to learn, oh, okay, you know, I think this might be good, but let's check the real stats, you know, what's actually selling. And then you're like, oh, okay, do I really want to spend time on this, or do I want to move on, you know?
Right. And you don't want to spend money unnecessarily on things that are not really going to make you anything. And so that's actually, there's a learning curve there, and you're going to spend money that you shouldn't as you learn, I guess is the way to put it, because it takes some time to figure it all out. And another thing, why are we filming this and doing YouTube? Well, I want to talk about that just a little bit. Number one, John enjoys it thoroughly.
I do. I was up until midnight last night editing yet another video.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to get up at 5:50 until 6 this morning. But one of the reasons is because we do want people to know that just about anybody can do this, and we want to help educate the community. Well, that's my thing. John enjoys.
Well, sure, yeah.
John enjoys editing and enjoys doing the videos, but I really want to contribute to the reselling world and let people know the economy is terrible right now. The cost of living is unbelievable. Groceries, you know, have gone up significantly. It's very expensive to live. So there's a lot of people, I think, that have full-time jobs that want to do this part-time also, you know, just to help with their income. And I think there's plenty of room for everybody to do something in the reselling world. There's plenty of room. You know, we're not really competing with the whole world here. I mean, everybody has a different way they do it, or a different thing they like to buy and sell or whatever. But I also want to say that one of the reasons that I was able to come back to this journey after being out of it for so long, the reselling world, was because of YouTubers. And that's really how I got started again, was by watching people like Harry Tornado, very educational, Jack and Ryan, Valentine, very educational. They've taught me a lot about brands. Lori Tata, Hustle at Home Mom. There's a lot of resellers out there doing YouTube that are educating other people on how to do it. Oh, I forgot about the homeschooling picker. I love her too. You know, not to leave anybody out, because I watch a ton of different resellers. And I think that we're even finding more and more now that we're learning from. It doesn't matter how long you've been reselling, you can always learn something from someone else. So I think that, you know, there's plenty of room in the YouTube world for resellers also.
Sure.
To educate other resellers. So that's another thing.
So we may not have mentioned this, but we are full-time resellers as of the beginning of June. I was working a job and it ended, and so I'm an independent contractor. So I still represent the services of a company, but I don't have all the benefits of a full-time employee. And so, but I'm able to dictate my own hours on when I work that particular job. we are full-time resellers. I started June 1st, started listing stuff on eBay, which, I would list and sell something maybe once or twice a year. It's certainly not a reseller by any stretch of the imagination. But since I started, and we'll do an end of June, first month full-time reselling, what kind of income or sales that we had. But that is what we're doing now. So we are full-time resellers. And I got to tell you, I actually enjoy my life more.
I can tell he's much happier.
Yeah, because working for the man, I've worked for a lot of different companies and a lot of great bosses. Some, not so great bosses. But you always have to answer to them. Whereas doing YouTube is answering to the community. Reselling is answering to the buyers, And so that, I don't know, it's just given me more sense of freedom and flexibility than I've ever had in my life. Of course, my income is nowhere near where it was.
No.
But, we've got
we'll
goals.
Get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Yeah, when you see our June money, you're going to go, what? That's full-time money? No, it's not. What we brought in June is not a full-time income. But I will say there's other little things that we try to do on the side to compensate for that, like having garage sales, or we have a situation to where we're cleaning up a property that we live on, but it's my dad passed away and he was a hoarder, so we've been making trips to the scrapyard, on and off, or John does some consultation kind of things on the side, here and there, to supplement our income also for the time being. Although we are full-time resellers, in the beginning of this, we're still having to, do some things on the side to make up the difference in the lack of income that we're receiving at this time. But we do want to show you guys, since becoming full-time, how much or how quickly we can grow if we are working full-time hours.
Yeah, if we're successful.
Yeah. So this is not just for you guys. That we're not trying to completely educate you. We're trying to show you our journey. So that's part of the reason we want to record and see what we're actually doing along the way. But like I said, every reseller can learn from another reseller, regardless of how much experience they have. Although I do have previous experience before, my experience has changed because of the time period and what's hot and what's not and all those things. So trends and everything changes so much. But anyway.
Yeah, and also there's so much to learn in terms of how to resell, because I don't know anything about consigning or retail arbitration or affiliate programs or any of that stuff. I'm kind of dabbling into that a little bit, but we don't even have an eBay store.
Yeah.
I have to research that, see what it costs, if that'll make it easier. I don't have a clue. So all the eBay stuff that I'm listing, they're just individual listings,
Right.
And I came up with a name that Jennifer didn't really like, so I've got to change it. But because eBay's got this policy where you can't change your eBay name for 30 days, I've got to wait until July 12th. But as of July 12th, the eBay name is going to be the same as the channel name, Tale of Two Thrifters.
Yeah, we sell on, actually it's kind of funny because John and I enjoy working together, but we also enjoy having our own thing too. So John sells on eBay Marketplace and eBay and Facebook Marketplace, and I'm selling on Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop, occasionally Citizen. And these were the platforms that I was kind of already on. There's a long reason for that, and we'll get to that some other time, that I didn't just jump into eBay again, because I had, we'll do that in another video. But so truthfully, we're selling on 5 different platforms. Although I'm pretty sure I'm about to end my Citizen situation. I don't have a lot on there, and I mean, maybe once a month sell one thing on Kittison. So that's really, I really kind of wanted Kittison to have a place to put my children's things, but we'll make a whole another video sometime on what we think the best platform is and why. So we're going to be thinking about that because we have different reasons that we like to list on different platforms. So we'll get into that at another time.
One of the issues about coming to the bins is if you don't get here early enough, there's no carts. So that means putting your stuff down until someone checks out, which there's nobody right now, so that you can retrieve a cart from them. We do have a folding wagon we should have probably brought, but we didn't. Hey babe, it's 10 o'clock.
Okay, I'm hot. I'm trying to find this other.
We got to go through all this stuff and make some decisions. So come on.
I need to find this other egg. So y'all, it is 95 degrees at 11 o'clock here in Texas. And I think in the bins it was 150. What do you think?
It was hot in the main room.
So we left. It's 11 o'clock and we're out. We got there at what? A little after 8. Couldn't do any more. We were just on fire.
Oh, and come to find out, they open at 7.
What?
Yeah. That explains all the cars and why there were no carts.
Yeah, we had no cart while we were there until closer to like the end. John finally got one.
9:30, I think.
No, I think it was later than that. No, because we left. No, we started looking through our stuff at 10. So you're right. It's probably 9:30. We started going through our things that we had picked up at about 10. So we got a lot of stuff. We spent, now some of it was personal, some of it wasn't. But let's see. We spent $105.
Yeah, so we can do the breakdown when we get back to our office.
Well, yeah, we can, but I can kind of say clothes were $35, wares $26. Oh, then they have some other accessories, shoes and stuff that were $3.99 or $2.99 a pair. And then they charged us $5 for, what is that thing?
It's a workbench, foldable workbench.
Yeah, a Black & Decker foldable workbench. They charged us $5 for. But probably the king of all this, we're not sure yet. I have to go through. But probably the thing that'll pay for all of the bins stuff for today was some beautiful light fixtures we got. It was
Hammered metal.
Yeah, hammered metal.
Silver
And they charged us regular weight price for them, which ended up being more than I wanted to spend, but not really because it came out in wares at $26.73. We got a lot of other things in wares. So it's like $12, I think, for those. But I believe we'll get well over $100 for those easily, and that'll pay for our haul. Anyway, they're beautiful. I had a good time. I'm just really tired.
It was hot.
So hot. Oh my god.
We've been there before the summer and it hasn't been that hot. I don't know if they had the dock doors open, you know, in the back where we can't see.
Dude, I remember it being this hot last summer too. But I remember it being super hot. But y'all, I had my glasses on and my eyes were watering. I was sweating so bad that my mascara was running down my face. I don't ever sweat like that. I was like, oh my gosh, so y'all can see. I look like I done been through it. I've been through it today.
You have.
Woo.
You've goodwill been through it.
I goodwill been through it today, y'all. Anyway, we're going to rest and pull up in the